Hi everyone. We start from chapter 1. Chapter 1 is the equations and inequality. 1.1 we are going to talk about linear equations and the rational equations. So the objective of 1.1, we are going to learn the vocabulary related to the solving equations and identify types of the equations. You are going to learn how to solve the linear and the rational equations. And the last one, we are going to learn how to solve for what they call a Ladder equation. It's a specific variable to create the equation, and we are solving for a particular unknown variable. We will see the example by the end. Now, a variable x represents a number or a quantity, right? When you have the middle school algebra 1, you start to learn the x, right? For example, x, okay, let me click on this one. So from your previous math course, you learned that x plus 3 equal 2. You will know we are solving for the x. So x is an unknown variable. We try to figure out what is this guy has. So we just manipulate to move the number. For this case, we move the number 3 to the right, and then the solution tells us that x equals -1. So we call this as a variable. Variable is the x, right? And we want to try to solve a variable. A statement indicating that two quantities are equal is called an equation. So the characteristic of an equation would be x equals 4, right? So there's an equal sign in the between. So this would be the equation. When you have the equation, we are solving for the unknown variable. When you only have x plus 4, there is no equal sign here. So we call this as an expression. When you have the expression, you cannot solve for the unknown variable. You can't. So the only thing you can do, just clean up. Just try to combine like term. Try to reduce. No, you cannot reduce with expression. The only way you can do just combine like term. Try to narrow down the variable, narrow down the number. Kind of just clean up. That's all the thing you can do. But with the equation, we have to solve it. Any number that satisfies an equation, we call that it's a solution or root of the equation. The set of all solutions of an equation, we call that it's a solution set if your solution has more than one. To solve an equation means you have to find the solution set. Now, when you solve for the solution, if you only have one particular solution, for example, this one, 3x minus 2 equals 10, you move the 2 to the right, divide by 3, the solution, the x, it shows us x equals 4. So with this case, we only have x equals 4. So this is a particular solution. You only have one particular solution. So with a particular solution, we go with a conditional equation. Look at this example. You have x equals x plus 1. So with this one, if you bring the x to the left-hand side, you will have x minus x equals 1. Subtract the x for both, you get a 0 equals 1. Now, 0 doesn't equal 1. This is not true. So since 0 is not equal 1, there is no solution for this set, for this equation. So we go with a contradiction. Contradiction, there's no solution, the same meaning. For this example, you have x squared minus 9 equal x plus 3 times x minus 3. When I multiply these two on the right hand side, I will get the same x squared minus 9. Now the left hand side give me the same element. X squared minus 9 equal x squared minus 9. So both sides, they are exactly the same. So this is the same meaning. You have 0 equals 0. Because when I bring the x squared to the left hand side, these two will cross out. 9 will cross out. So everything cross out, I will get the 0 equals 0. When you have 0 equals 0, that is true, right? And when you solve for the identity equation, your left hand side must be equal right hand side. So whatever number you plug in, they will equal on both sides. So in that case, we go with identity. With identity, you have many solutions. Many solutions. So when you deal with the equation, you only have these three conditions. One, when you have a particular number, you have the conditional equation. When you don't have the solution, you go with the contradiction. When you have many solutions, you go with the identity equation. The next one, we are going to talk about the property of the equality. So when you have addition probability and the subtraction probability, that means A plus C equal B plus C. Now C and C here, I can cross out, right? I can cross out the C and C here. So then it tells me it's A equal B. Same thing here. A minus C equal B minus C. This property tells me A equal B. When you have the multiplication and the division probability property, if A, B, and C, they are real numbers, and A equal B, then A times C will equal B times C, right? Same thing here. I can divide by C, then we'll go back to A equal B. When I divide by C on both sides, it's true that they are equal. So that means when your A equal B, you can add the same number on both sides. You can subtract the same number on both sides. And same thing with the multiplication and the division. You multiply the same number on each side. You also can divide by the same number on each side. On the note here, I have posted some link, some video from YouTube. I personally really like it, and they help my students from the private courses. So I attached that link here. If you feel like you want more practice, more visualize lecturing help, you can click on it. But it's optional. If you know the subject very well, you don't have to do that. Now we look at the next one. The easiest equation to solve, we call the first degree or the linear equation. So first degree, that means the power 1. Alright, x power 1 plus 2 equals 3. Normally with the power 1, we don't write it, so it turns to x plus 2 equals 3. So this would be the first degree equation. It also called a linear equation. You only have one unknown. So since this equation involves first degree polynomials, they also call the first degree polynomial equations. So with the linear equation, in one variable, we say x is any equation that can be written in the form of ax plus b equal 0. So you bring the b to the right? So you have ax equal negative b, and divide by a on each side. You will solve for the x is negative b over a. This negative sign I can bring to the side. Alright, so this would be the first degree equation. Most of the case, you will see this type of equation. So this equation, you have x on each side. So you can distribute x with 3 and the 2 as well. So when I multiply 3 with x, you get a 3x plus 6 equal 5x plus 2. Now, they subtract the 3x on each side, and you will have the 6 equal 2x plus 2. Bring the 2 to the left-hand side. It will give you 4 equal 2x. Then you divide by 2 on each side, you'll get x equal 2. So you only have one particular solution. So this one would be conditional equation. You only have one solution. Okay. Now we look at the next one. And here I have another video from YouTube. You might want to watch it. Rational equation. So this is the characteristic of the rational equation. Rational equation is a fraction form, and you will have the unknown variable on the numerator and denominator as well. Some of the rational equation you only see the number, but this is not the case. This one you have the x on the top and the bottom. So how can we solve for the x? We know we have the x is unknown, right? Only x we have to figure out. So the way we are going to deal with this type of equation, rational equation, we need to determine the least. What would be the least LCM, least common multiple, or some people call LCD, least common denominator. But these two, for this case, is the same meaning, right? So in order to find the least common denominator, we have to factor out this trinomial form. So we factor out the second term. Let me copy down the first term, and then when I factor out these 3, I know I will have x times x, it will go back to x squared. 1 multiplied by 3, I will get 3, right? And in order to satisfy this negative sign, I know two numbers multiply, I must have one number come with a negative sign. So that positive times negative or positive times negative, you will get the negative 3. How can we determine which number has the negative sign? We have to look at the middle term, which means the second term. Second term here, it gives us is a positive 2. So when I manipulate with these two numbers, 1 and 3, only way I can get a positive 2, only have plus 3 minus 1. When I plus 3 minus 1, I will get a positive 2. That's the only way we can get 2. And then go back to multiply these 2 with the sign, I will have a negative 3. The product with negative 3. So they are satisfied. That means this is a factor form of this trinomial. Now put an equal 1. Since once I factor out here, I can see the first term I have x plus 3 on the bottom. Second term I have x minus 1 times x plus 3. So that means the least common denominator would be x plus 3. Right? For sure, this one need to keep it there.